Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Sorry if it sounds a little echoey in here. I'm currently filming in the university library where I intend to spend the next 24 hours here. Yes, you heard that right. As I film this Q&A, I'm currently also filming a challenge where I have to stay in the library for 24 hours, including sleep here. So that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna die. I've currently got myself a study room to film this in, so I'm really sorry in advance if you can hear other students in the background of this. But as you've grasped from the title, we have hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, honestly, so much. It really means the world. They always say getting to your first 100 subscribers or 1,000 is way harder than 100k, and I can definitely confirm that. So I'm honestly so grateful. So to celebrate, today I'm going to be filming a Q&A where I answer all of your questions. As usual, I asked all you lovely people on Instagram to send in any questions you had, whether that's about university, being a student, about me, my life, just anything. I will happily answer it. So thank you so much to everyone who sent in some questions. Trust me, I have a good bunch. If you do want to follow my Instagram to follow my life when I'm not posting YouTube videos, or you simply want to take part in the next Q&A, my handle is @GaiaFullyX. Go follow it. Also, this wouldn't be a 1,000 sub milestone if I didn't throw a massive giveaway to thank all you guys. Where you can win either a pair of Apple AirPods, £25 Amazon voucher, or some Zebra Mildliners. So make sure you stay tuned to find out how you can win those amazing prizes. If you do like the sound of today's video, go click that like button right now so I know that you want to see more of these videos in the future. And if you're new and you want to stick around for more university advice, lifestyle and student content, and you want to join this little community where we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, then you know what to do. Go hit that subscribe button as well. But yeah, let's get on with the Q&A. So to kick off the questions for today, the first one is, how are you? I'm alright, thank you. I'm alright in terms of everything that's going on right now. I obviously have like a steady amount of stress that I endure every day, especially since I've just submitted my second master's application, which is to wherever then the University of Oxford. Like, oh my god, I'm still trying to come to terms with the fact that my first master's application was the University of Cambridge, let alone the fact that I'm also applying to Oxford. If you haven't seen my Instagram and you didn't know, then surprise! I am very scared to find out whether I've gotten in or not, but we're gonna manifest here, okay? This is a positive vibe zone only. But I feel like on the most part, I am actually okay. Well, I mean, some may argue I'm not mentally well after finding out that I'm doing a 24-hour challenge in the library, but potato, you know what I mean? This has definitely got to be up there with some of the craziest things I've done for YouTube, and I'm very scared to see what I'm going to be like in 24 hours time, but that's all I'm going to tell you. If you want to find out if I survived 24 hours and how it all went down, make sure you're watching next week's video. Trust me, it's a good one. Or at least I think it will be, because obviously the whole 24 hours hasn't happened yet. The next question is, what are a few things you want to achieve in 5 years? Now that's a good question. For me, I felt there's a lot that I want to achieve, especially in 5 years. That's quite a long time. Like 5 years, I will be 26, about to turn 27. Oh my god. No, surely not. Oh my god, I will be about to turn 27. That's practically 30. I'm an adult then. Oh, but I guess when it comes to academia, I guess the first thing is I'd not only want to be accepted onto a master's course, but actually completed my master's degree. At the moment, I obviously don't know whether it's going to be going down the route of criminology or forensic psychology, but either way, I kind of do want to work somewhere in the criminal justice system. Since it's 5 years we're talking about, I hope I will have maybe done my doctorate or at least started my PhD. Am I right in thinking that you can have a PhD by 27? If that's not the case, like I said, I hope I'll at least started one, and then you guys will be calling me a Dr. Gaia. That would be so cool. I think also in 5 years I'd like to be able to have all of my travel plans like done. Like obviously I'm going to want to be traveling throughout my entire life, but if you've been following my channel at least over the last year, you'll know that I've had quite a few plans for a potential gap year. That's very much up in the air because of COVID and stuff, and I've had to change with my plans, but I will get onto that in a second because I know a few people have sent in some questions regarding that. So hopefully by that point I'll have visited Australia, New Zealand, do a road trip in Italy because I've never been to Italy, and I'm planning to do it via interrailing, you know, on a budget. I also want to go to South America and Spain since I've never been there. I also want to go to Iceland because all of my mates back in year 10 went for their geography trip, and because I didn't do GCSE geography I couldn't go. Honestly, I'm so jealous. Like I really want to go to the Blue Lagoon, see the glaciers and the waterfalls. When it comes to YouTube, in 5 years time, one of my goals goals is to have hit 100,000 subscribers by that point, hopefully even more. So if you're watching this and you aren't currently subscribed to me, but you like what you see and you want to help me achieve my goals, then you know what to do. I think also in 5 years time I would love to maybe move into a house, or at least like have enough money to put down a deposit for a house with Dan. We've basically got this plan also that we're gonna get a bunch of cats. So hopefully in 5 years time I'll have a few little cats living with us. Our plan is to have about like 4 cats and call them all like really weird things like Skepta or like Missy, but it's short for missile launcher, like really weird things that you wouldn't call your cat. Yeah, there are honestly so many other amazing things I want to have achieved in that time frame. I'd also love to have worked with even more top educational organisations. Over the last 2 years I've had my channel, I've been incredibly blessed to have been able to work with already quite a few of these, including the Department of Education, you know, UK government, universities, UK International, UCAS. I am super excited to see where my future takes me. Okay, so next question is how to motivate yourself while studying or at university. One way that has really helped me like stay on track and stay motivated is like either make a vision board, like it doesn't have to be a 2022 vision board or anything, just make a vision board of like what you're working towards. Like say if it's for university, you know, your degree, get a picture of like you graduating, a picture of like your career that you want to go into, you know, to remind yourself why you're doing this degree. Either do that or write a list of these items if you don't really want to get pictures. The idea is that whether it's on a list or on like a vision board, you should like stick it in front of you when you're working in things, or like say if you've written the notes down on like on your phone, screenshot it and put it as your background so you can like constantly see it to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Definitely feel like that helps me so much because some days I'll wake up and I'm like, oh, you know, do I really want to do this? But then I will remind myself I'm doing this degree because I want to do a master's and I want to do a PhD. I'm doing a PhD because I want to be called Dr. Gaia. So I definitely think having like some kind of vision board or like a mind map or like list of your goals or like your plans, having it in front of you, reminding you every day, really helps drill it in. It might not work for everyone, but I found it to be like a really useful way to like remind myself on those days where I'm just not feeling as productive or motivated, but I know I still need to get things done. Next question is, what are the giveaway prizes? Well, now that you're asking. So to celebrate hitting 1,000 subscribers, you guys can win either a brand new 3rd generation Apple AirPods, a £25 Amazon voucher, or 5 packs of Zebra Mildliners. All throughout my A-levels and my psychology degree, these Mildliners have been a staple of my stationery collection. They're literally perfect for your study needs. I literally use them all the time, so I thought it'd be fitting to give some away. I just want to say quickly, make sure you're being smart and watching out for scammers. If you win the giveaway, you'll only ever be contacted by my Instagram handle at GaiaX, or if you don't have Instagram, this YouTube channel will reply to your comments, so make sure you have your YouTube notifications turned on. I really want to stress that these are my only accounts. This giveaway is open international and is free to enter, but if you are under the age of 18, you will need your parents' permission before you enter. The giveaway closes at 1 minute to midnight UK time, and the 3 winners will be chosen the following day, so make sure you watch my Instagram story and check out my YouTube community page for the winners reveal. So if you do want to be in for the chance of winning one of these amazing prizes, all you have to do is subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and comment your favourite emoji and your Instagram handle if you have one, followed by the word done when you've done all the 3 steps. Here is an example on the screen of what your comment should look like if you're still unsure on what to do. And for even more chances of winning, you can head over to my Instagram or my TikTok where I'm throwing the exact same giveaway. Other than that, remember the giveaway ends on the 11th of February at midnight, so good luck. Next question is, when do you suggest applying for masters? I guess it really depends ultimately on what specific universities you're applying to and what courses you're applying to. For me, a lot of my deadlines for like the course application aren't until the summer, but because the universities I'm applying to have scholarships and bursaries that I really want to apply to because I don't have the best financial support, I have to submit my course application by those funding deadlines to be eligible for those scholarships. It can be a lot more pricier to fund a postgraduate study. So if you are one of those people that does want to get a scholarship or bursary, I really recommend like researching early so you can find out those deadlines. Or even if you aren't interested in like a scholarship, I do recommend still like researching the universities you want to apply to like quite early on in the year, so you know when those deadlines are. Most university masters applications like deadlines are in the summer though, so you don't have to worry unless you are obviously applying for the funding deadlines or you're applying for like Oxbridge. Taking some time to research all the courses you're interested or like what you want to do as a career, finding out what universities can offer you or like what placement options are out there and like work experience, and then finding out if there are any like financial grants or like scholarships that can help you. Some university courses for like masters are quite competitive, especially the like Russell Group in Oxbridge. Say if they've had lots of applications, they will close earlier than the actual deadline. That isn't the case for all of them, but I know for, I think, University of Bath, which is one of the universities I'm applying for, because it's quite a competitive course, and I think it has a placement year, they've said in the past like apply as soon as you can, because they might close it earlier than the deadline. This is why you need to research to double check. Next question is, would you rather cut your hair very short or dye your hair green? Now that is a question I'm talking about, but I feel like I'd have to go with dye your hair green, not because I dye my hair a lot, but because I don't think I'd look that great with like short hair, and they don't technically specify how long you have your hair like green for, so I could technically like dye it for like an hour or so and then like re-dye it back to like brunette or something. Whereas hair takes, at least in my case, a while to grow, so I feel like if I had my hair really short, I'd want to wear a wig or something and wait while it grew out. So yeah, I guess my answer is dyeing my hair green. Next question is, are you sad about graduating from NTU this summer? That is quite a hard question because I feel like on the most part, I am sad. Obviously, this has been my university for the last like 4 years. It's going to be really weird not coming to Trent in September unless I do a master's here, and I'm still open to that, by the way. Also, over the last 2 years of my YouTube channel, I've pledged to contribute as much as I can into the NTU community, and I'm quite well known for my YouTube work and all the student ambassador stuff I do, so it is going to be very weird like representing another university. I feel like NTU has been quite a big part of my personal growth journey over the last 4 years, because if you met me at 18 when I came here in first year, I wasn't like a completely different person, but I was still very different. Like I wasn't as confident, I did doubt myself because I was in a relationship where I was manipulated a lot. I didn't speak up as much. Now I feel like I'm definitely a lot more confident, and that has come partly from YouTube and learning to talk to a camera. I'm a lot more like self-assured, like I know my own mind. I'm not worrying what people think. That has also come from having a YouTube channel. I feel like over the last 3 years I've just really blossomed into just such like a better evolved version of me. However, there is still that part of me that is not happy to leave, but I'm excited for what's to come, you know, what's in store for me in my future. Get to know the campus, make some even more amazing experiences and memories, and meet some even more amazing people. So I think I'm kind of like mixed emotions when it comes to graduating. I'm just really excited also just to graduate and like be able to say that I have a degree. Like that's going to be insane. So for the next part, I actually had quite a few questions come in that are like around the same kind of theme. So like, do you have plans after education? Do you have any travel plans after you graduate? So if you've literally just stumbled across my channel this second, basically my plan was when I first started my undergrad that I was going to do undergrad, masters, then PhD like straight away, like boom boom, you know, no rest. I mean, who did I think I was? And then halfway through third year I was so drained that I realized I actually wanted to do a gap year, and I was actually really inspired by some of the YouTubers that had done like a tour down like the Australian East Coast for 6 weeks. So I spent time researching how to do that, and my plan was that after my undergrad was over I would then do a gap year doing that Australian tour, and then go to New Zealand for 4 weeks, and then maybe a few other places if I still had some money left over. But the pandemic happened and travel restrictions are still kind of up in the air in some of these places. Plus I have this year extension, so I'm not going to Australia anytime soon. So to stop myself from booking a tour that might not necessarily go ahead, considering the fact we've had 2020, 2021 and 2022, you know, years that have shown us that the pandemic is not going to go away anytime soon, I have decided I'm going to go into my masters after I graduate in the summer. And then after my masters, my plan is to hopefully go travel. I'm going to come back and do my PhD because I want to be Dr. Gaia. By that point, I think I'll have been like more like mentally fueled and like up for the challenge of a PhD than doing it straight off the bat after my master's. My number one travel destination at the moment is definitely Australia. Like, I have family over there and I've never been, and it's just gorgeous and I am just dying to go. Like, I just really want to get over there as soon as. So COVID better get its act into gear and go away because I want to go travel. The next question is, what does Dan think about you moving from Knots for your master's? I imagine he's obviously going to be a bit sad. We're going to have a bit more of like a long-term relationship, especially since most of the universities I'm applying to are a good 100 miles away. Like, for example, the University of Bath is, I think, a 3-hour drive. That will be a bit of a shock at the start because of the fact that I met him while I was studying here in Nottingham. You know, he's a Nottingham resident himself, so I've always had him like 10 minutes away from me, and we've always been lucky enough to be able to see each other quite often. That is something that I'm very aware of, and I'm incredibly grateful because that is definitely not the case for all couples. I think it will be good though because it will give each of us time to focus on our own like independent like personal projects. Like, for me, I will be able to focus on getting to know a new campus and like new people and, you know, falling in love with my course. Dan will have his own, you know, career things that he can focus on. So I think it will be a really good thing. I'm hoping to still see him as much as I can because I'm going to miss him so much, but we're actually quite good when it comes to FaceTime. The next question is, who are your biggest inspirations, YouTube and in general? I feel like when it comes to YouTube, I'd have to say I take a lot of inspiration from like study tubers because this is a study and university channel. I feel like there's so many to list, but in particular I'd have to say the Catavu, who's a study tuber and like a girls' education rights activist. If you guys have seen her channel, you know she's amazing. She's so motivating and so inspiring, and she's been able to do so many like incredible things. I feel like when it comes to in general, one of my biggest inspirations, like this might sound cheesy, but is my mom, because I am just super close to my mom and she is just honestly an incredible, just fantastic woman. She inspires me every day. Her perseverance to get through every single obstacle that life throws at her, it's just so inspiring, and I always try to be even more and more like her every day. She's just so strong and brave and badass. She's always hyping me up. Like, she's literally my biggest YouTube supporter. She's always been there to empower me. She's just always been there for me when I've needed her, and I literally love her so much. Like, shout out to you. I'm probably gonna make you cry when you watch this. Next question is, tea or coffee? Ooh, that is a hard one. I feel like my answer has changed definitely over the last few years. I used to be very much a hot chocolate person, you know, going for option 3. I still love hot chocolate, don't get me wrong, but over the last few years of being a student, I have become more of a tea drinker. I never used to like coffee. Controversial, I know. The only coffee I used to like digest was those like coffee chocolates you get in like a Thornton's like box or something. Then I think because I'm a student and I need caffeine, I have really gotten into the habit of drinking lattes. I also have iced coffee, to be fair. Overall, I do tend to drink more tea than coffee. Like, I will only drink a latte if I really do need to be productive and like wake up, whereas, you know, you can refuse a cup of tea. So next question is, #1 tip for those starting YouTube and wanting to hit 1K. I'm going to keep this very short and simple. If you want to do YouTube, just go for it. I know it can be so easy to worry about what people think, and I still deal with that on a day-to-day basis, you know, that whole like cringiness of starting a YouTube channel and you know, but then pretty much everyone these days watches YouTube. It's become such a massive thing, and if that's something you want to do, I would do it. I would say though that if you are going to do it, you do need to accept that you're probably not going to go viral like straight away or like overnight. You know, success doesn't come like straight away. Just as long as you are aware that you need to be committed to the physical and mental grind that is YouTube. Honestly, the amount of hours I put in every week to get a video out to you guys, and I'll have literally sweated it and then it'll have only had like 100 views, and I'm just like, ow. But that's just the YouTube game, unfortunately. But if you do want to do it and you want to get to at least 1K, then I recommend just going for it and staying consistent, you know, so your viewers don't lose interest, which can also be very hard to do because of how time consuming YouTube is. Next question is, some of your favorite places in Knots. Ooh, that That is really, honestly, that is probably one of the hardest ones, yeah. I love Nottingham as a city. It depends what you're into, but I would recommend going to Rock City, Ocean, if you know you're a student and you want to go out. I'd recommend going to the Walrus. It's a bar underneath the Alchemist. They also do a night on a Wednesday called Jump Ship if you're into like rock and like pop punk and like kind of heavy metal music, and they have beer pong there and stuff, and it's just a really good underrated like night out. I recommend going to Penny Lane. I love how all these, by the way, are like alcoholic related things. Wow, Gaia. I love going to Adventure Golf, Cineworld, all of the amazing independent small businesses that you can find in Hockley and the Lace Market. Like, I really recommend just walking down all the little side streets in Nottingham, just finding all of the cute like nooks and crannies. I love Nottingham Bowl. That is a great thing to do if you want to go out with some friends. They also do student discounts. If you like going for walks, I really recommend the Arboretum. On my list of upcoming videos, I have actually got my favourite places to go in Nottingham like written down. If you want to watch that, make sure that you stay tuned. It should be out within like the next few weeks or months. It really depends on my content calendar. I also recommend the Kitty Cafe if you're interested in cats. Like, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know I'm obsessed. And the last question today, so this video doesn't get like super long. If you brought out any merch in the future, what would it be called? Ooh, I don't know what I'd call it off the top of my head, but I think if people were interested in merch in the future, I'd definitely love to do some. I think I'd definitely want to do some like stationery or something related to like university, or like, you know, some kind of planner or like workbook that would really help you while you're studying, like a dissertation planner or like some educational resource that they don't really offer in university. I'd definitely love to do like an academic planner, you know, some notebooks. Like, you guys know I love my to-do lists. I'd probably love to do like some hoodies or some kind of clothing, but I guess that would all be decided like further into the future. I think I'd love to do a tote bag as well. That'd be quite cool as I grow my brand. If you guys do have any ideas in the meantime what you think my merch could be called, I would literally love to know your suggestions, and I will write them down. It would literally be like so cool to like create your vision. So I guess that's all the questions I'm going to answer today for our 1000 subscriber special. I really hope you guys enjoyed listening to this, and I hope you listened also to the bit about the giveaway, because trust me, and I mean this, trust me, you do not want to miss out. Like, it's going to be big. Hopefully you'll have realised that by now. Hopefully you'll be very excited, because I am. If you did enjoy today's Q&A, please give it a massive thumbs up. And if you're new here and you want to stick around, go click that subscribe button as well. But I've been Gaia. Thank you so much, by the way. Like, you guys are incredible. And I'll see you next week for more content. Bye.